Every single human is navigating their life as a human in a crazy, unpredictable world. And if you haven't noticed, some days you have good days, some days you don't. It's not that you're a weak person or there's something wrong with you, it's that our nervous system is constantly interacting with the experiences around us, plus the emotions within the whole of our body. So I call it like an emotional barometer. The days when we've had a great sleep, we've eaten a fabulous breakfast, we've got on great with the people in the house we live with, and the dog was nice, it's all going well. We've got a lot of energy in our emotional barometer. So if the train is late on that day, yeah, it doesn't bother you that much. But if you've had that night from hell, where you've had a toddler all up all night, or someone's been vomiting, or you've been tossing and turning because something's really worrying you, then you end up with an emotional barometer that's already half full. And then on top of that, there'll be those other things, the message that you get, something you saw online that disturbed you and made you feel a bit yuck. You get to work and what was supposed to have been done hasn't. Yeah, you go to make yourself a coffee and someone's drunk it all. So these things all keep on piling up. And then we get to a point that we can get to what I call the tipping point. Now, the tipping point is something different for every one of us. So for some people, when they get to that tipping point, they get really angry. Yeah, sometimes we really attack other people, or we get really nasty when we speak unkindly. For others, they just want to throw stuff. Yeah, particularly males, there's this whole physicality that can happen when we get to a tipping point. For other people, irresistible urge to run away. I'm out of here, this is too hard. And then another one is intentional self-harm. For some people, that creates a release. So understanding how we get to a tipping point, that's part of mental fitness. So our challenge as humans is, what can we do that help us make sure we don't reach what I call the tipping point at the top? Tipping point is when we lose it. And you know what I mean by that. You see little ones do it? Yeah, that's because they're little. Grown-ups have a capacity through their prefrontal lobe to go, wow, I'm getting a bit stressed right now. I need to take care of myself. And there are some things you can do that can really make a difference day by day, because we just are unable to control the world. The brain loves everything to be predictable. We get annoyed when things don't go as we plan. So just little things, you know, the train's cancelled, the school bus couldn't get through, your child's got up and all of a sudden can't go to daycare, which means you're going to have to work from home. Something unpredictable happens, causes a bit of a stress in our nervous system. Stress in the nervous system is cortisol. Feels yuck, right? So what do we do with cortisol? Well, some of us reach for a coffee, don't we? Sometimes the caffeine can kick us in. Sometimes we reach for high-fat, high-sugar food. Yeah, that works for a while. So often we don't do the simplest things, like pausing and going, I'm going to take some really deep breaths right now. I've got this. Big breaths. We don't necessarily walk outside, look at this amazing sky and let nature calm us down. We don't reach for someone we love and say, God, I could do with a hug right now. Really, really important, simple things that we can weave into our life that helps our emotional barometer not get to tipping point. The second thing, let's tame our crazy ants in our head. Automatic negative thoughts. I'm not good enough. That's not going to work. Why are they doing that? Well, negative thoughts feed negativity into us, create more cortisol. I want you to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself like someone you like. Because underneath that chat voice is a really quiet voice coming from our heart that says, hey, we're okay. We've got this. We can do better tomorrow. So I want you to think of, what else can I do that helps me maintain a stable, grounded space in my life so that I can turn up and be the human I really want to be around my loved ones, my kids, my workmates, or even the random stranger sitting next to you on a bus.